Oh, Sayo. What if I can donate spam for? I don't mind. You want to carry me inside of you? I'll be happy. You want to bet me?
Why?
But tó bá ń wo màmá ó bá fẹ́ bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ máa wò rárá kó tó sọ̀rọ̀.
Kí ló dé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣé mo fi kí nà ni mi ò nà rí ọ̀rọ̀ ni mo bá sọ mo jẹ́ ń tọ́ pẹ́pẹ́ mo lè tọ́ ni as a mother. Kí ló dé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣé ọmọ yẹn ti wà dramatic jù bẹ́ẹ̀ ló yẹ fún ẹni díẹ̀ tó lóhùn sùn kí ló dé ṣé mo nà ni ṣé mo yọ gidi ni.
Ó dẹ̀ wọ́n kò sí ìyàwó yẹn báyìí.
Ìgbà yẹn kọ́ èmi ni mo lé ìyá ẹ̀ lọ ni àbí mo kí ìyá má dọ́sí dẹrù ẹ̀ òní kọ́ ni mo lé lọ náà kí ló dé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ wà at this point wàhálà ẹ̀ ti pọ̀ ju o. Òní mi lára nílé kí ló dé kí wà tọ́ mọ́ ẹ̀ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ mo tóbi wá sí ìbàdí náà ẹ ti jẹ́ kí n jẹ every time complain and at this point yíyà kó mú mi ọkọ mọ́mọ́.
Okay, let's go.
Hola, my name is Rafiatu and welcome back to If You Ask Me. You guys will see it's just me you're seeing today. Yeah. Long story short, network has been the shittiest thing ever. Either the voice is choppy or the video is choppy, and we want to still be able to bring out content to you guys, right? Because we've started it already. We've started this thing already. And it's going to really hurt to have to stop on account of network issues. We still hope to continue to record together. We're still going to be able to record together. We just right now have to work with MTN. And fingers crossed that the network gets better. Yeah. I just finished watching this movie that I had really high hopes for. I thought it was going to be like a 7/10 or an 8/10. But I was utterly disappointed. Like, very pissed. Because I had the audacity to have a part 2. And I'm here asking, what the language? What happened in part 1 that gave you guys the sense that it was okay to go ahead and make a part 2? And then have us sit out here waiting, anticipating or not anticipating the occasion of a part 2. That's some guts and audacity, if you ask me.
Did you see what I did there?
And one thing that annoys me these days, man, is I see a movie on YouTube and thank God it has comments, right? It doesn't have ratings, but it has comments. And I'm like, yo, cool stuff. Let me go through the comments to have a sense of what I'm going to see. I'm one person who enjoys watching quality stories. I used to write stories, but I don't do that anymore these days. That said, even the stories I would write those days, I can't say they were, up to par with the kinds of stories you write for the screen. But I never called myself a screenwriter, right? But if I'm going to watch a movie that you've put out there, I expect that you thought, you had this very interesting thing you wanted to say, and then you thought you could pull it off, and then you decided to go out there and put it out there. So I'm reading the comments and I'm like, oh, thumbs up, oh, this, oh, that. I'm seeing all good stuff, all, thumbs up. And I watched the movie and it's nothing close to the comments I'm seeing. This happened on this particular movie I'm talking about and several other movies that I've tried doing the same thing for. I want to see a movie. I decide to go through the comments, and the comments, give me this vibe that it's such a great story, great movie. And I start to watch the movie and I'm just pissed off. But anyways, I really love Yoruba movies. In case you want to ask me why I keep watching them, I love Yoruba movies. I love Nollywood content. And much as most of these movies annoy me, people who know me know I still go back to look for these movies and watch them. I just love them, But anyways, getting into the gist of the day. I just finished watching OKOMI. It's a recent movie on YouTube. And it features someone that I saw in another movie that I quite enjoyed, Perfect Man. I put out snippets or clips from that movie on our channel. That's Kunle Omisore, Mr. Kunle Omisore. And I kind of like his acting in most movies that I've seen him in. And I thought, oh yeah, this should be a good watch. Plus, Temitope Aruga. She's someone I haven't seen in a long time in movies. And I was like, oh, she's come back. Cool stuff. Let me see this movie. Long and short, I started to see the movie. It starts to look like, a good movie. But that's the thing with Nollywood movies or Yoruba movies on YouTube. Once they start to look good, there is a high tendency that they are going to fall short of your expectations. That's what I found out. I'm no scientist, but 85% of the movies that I have this really high expectations for, by virtue of the things I'm seeing in the first few scenes of the movie, always fall short of my expectations. So yeah, it starts really, nice and cute, and there's this show of a happy family. The guy is well off. The wife enjoys the finest things of life. Her husband does everything she needs and wants for her. They have a daughter. Cool stuff. Perfect family. This wife has a family who, very few people have a perfect family, right? Has a family, siblings, aunt, and everything that don't have their life put together as much as she does. And her husband is admonishing her to not always share details of her marriage and the great things happening to her and for her in a marriage with these people, just so, there is no envy, there is no. He used this quote in Yoruba that says, Ti shuowo ban dun, or something like that. And yeah, we get the gist. A lot of the things that happened in the movie, I don't even know why they happened. The scene where she's telling her family members about, oh, she's about to get a new car, I don't know why that scene happened. The scene where she's telling her husband that she told her family members about this new car and this great stuff that's happening to her, I don't really know why in that particular scene she makes reference to I want aburo me. One do for me, because in the scene where she's talking to her relatives, I saw one elderly man that I would call an uncle. I saw an elderly woman that I would call an aunt, and then I saw a younger lady that I would probably call her sister. So what does I want aburo me mean? I see an uncle, an aunt, and maybe a sister. But anyways, moving on. So the premise of the whole movie is that this happy family stops being a happy family because the wife stops wanting to be with the husband. And over time, the husband decides to settle down with another woman who used to be a staff of his at his workplace. And for some very weird reason, that one starts to maltreat his daughter. And I don't know what that is about. Even this scene, a lot of scenes were attached, included into this movie, and I don't even know why the scenes came up. I guess that's why they decided to go for a part 2, but bro, no, you don't do that. You make your story as compact and reasonable as possible. If it's compact and reasonable and you realize that you still can't tell the whole story in one stretch, then you go ahead and make a part 2. Because what is that scene that there is this very random woman that comes to meet a Babalola, and has to rush out of the Babalola's place because there is an emergency. And after that scene, I don't see that woman again. Thinking about it now, I'm like, maybe she's the one who is doing the man's family, because suddenly his first wife, just stops wanting to be with him. There is this scene where, they were sleeping, the wife woke up suddenly, then she looks under the duvet and she sees something. Whether she peed on the bed, I don't know. Whether she saw a period unexpectedly, I don't know. Whether she lost the baby that she knew she was carrying and her husband didn't know about, I don't know what the story is. I just saw that she looked under the duvet, she's like, what is this? Then she touches it, smells it, she's disappointed, angry, sad. I don't even know what the emotion was supposed to be. And then she makes her husband leave the room. She cons him, tells him to, get ready for work. He leaves the room. She changes the sheets. She gets back in bed. I don't know what the fuck that scene was about. I don't know why that scene happened. A lot of scenes just happen, and I'm wondering how they wrote the story, why they wrote the story, what the full story looks like, and why they decided to spread it the way that they spread it. Anyways, long and short, I'm going to rate the movie a 3/10. Because, like I said, I don't know why the hell they had to make it a 2-part movie, or maybe it's even going to be more than 2 parts, as this Yoruba movies do. Before I know, now they'll do part 2, then you watch it, you still won't get the gist, then you see part 3. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I had really high hopes for that movie. Maybe it's just me, man. Yeah, it's not you. It's not you, bro. Sis. It's me. Anyways, guys, I don't know if any of you have seen OKOMI. I don't know if any of you loved the movie. Maybe I just have like these very gallant expectations. But yeah, I always love my Yoruba movies. I love that the actors, the producers, directors, cast and crew, I love that they try their best to continue to create content for us. But let them please be trying, please be trying to, I don't know, keep it compact, keep it short. Let us know what you're getting at. Don't try to confuse us in the name of suspense, and then the suspense is not suspensing, and all we end up with is confusion. You get me? Thank you. Anyways, this has been the episode. This is the episode. I literally just finished watching the movie, and I don't know. I just thought, in case you're thinking of what to see, probably not OKOMI. Maybe when they do a part 2 or the sequel and I watch it out, re-recommend the movie to you guys, but I'm not recommending the movie. Of course, if you really love Yoruba content, please go ahead, watch it, and see for yourself. What would I recommend? I've seen a lot of movies this past week, and none has wowed me, man. I've just been back to back angry and pissed and just confused about what is going on in the movies I've been seeing. I've seen Ilekun. Well, I've seen Ilekun to an extent. I've seen Alarino, or is it either Alarino or Alarino? I don't even know what the story is, or what the pronunciation of that title is. I've seen that. A couple of other movies I can't remember. Whose titles I can't remember. And I won't recommend any of those movies to you, man. I won't. But that's me. What would I recommend? It's still some of the movies I've been talking about in the past few weeks. So if you haven't seen it, the fact that I'm going to have to re-say them right now means maybe they're actually quite all that for a YouTube movie standard. So yeah, there is Itase. I thought it was Itase, but I stumbled upon a scene where one of the characters pronounced that word, so it's Itase, like a mistake. Itase, Umiara. I mean, I'm not saying these movies are perfect, but they made a great watch, as much as they could. They have their flaws. Maybe one of these days I'm going to talk about the flaws in those movies from my own perspective. Again, I'm entitled to my opinions. Everyone is entitled to their opinions. But yeah, maybe one of these days I'll talk about those movies. Maybe not. And maybe, Alima will join us in dissecting those movies. If we ever do. They're old movies, so maybe not, maybe. We don't know. Fingers crossed. But yeah, this is the episode. This has been the episode. I said that before, right? I'm saying that again. Don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, share, engage with our content. Let us know what you think. Yeah, we're open to hearing what you think. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye.